All right, guys, good morning. Thank you to all the new subscribers out there. I've gotten a bunch in the last week since my Willie Taggart video has taken off. Almost 900 views on that now. I appreciate all the support. That's 400 subs. Uh, Way more than I ever thought I'd get when I started this thing, but, I'm glad you're digging what I'm putting out there. For those of you that stuck around this whole time, thank you. And for those of you that just jumped on the train, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Let's keep this going, though. I wanted to get my 1 week assessment of Willie Taggart out here. And so far, I'm pretty damn excited. I don't know about any other Duck fans. Sports Chat 503, you're really excited. And I wouldn't really... Let me throw this out there, Sports Chat. I know you watch my videos. I would not mind doing a collab video. Maybe me and you can link up and do a video somewhere sometime. Maybe at the spring game would be a great chance to do a collab video about how we think the team's going. And the spring would be a really great time because we've gone through the rink practice and we can really see what Taggart's all about. Get back at me, hit me up in the messages if you want to set something up like that. That'd be fun. And plus, I just think you're cool to hang out with. Always down for a beer. But anyway, on to Taggart. Really excited about what this guy has to bring to the table. He just oozes enthusiasm, and that's something Mark never did. I got on him about never being angry. He also never oozed excitement. He was just kind of there. Basically a skinnier version of George Costanza. It is kind of how I describe Mark Helfrich now looking back on it. Just somebody who going through the motions, doing his job as best he can, and doesn't really ever have too much to say about anything. But Willie Taggart has me really excited about where this program is going. Now, that's not to say we're going to win national championships. That's not going to say that we're going to just, go 4-8 and then all of a sudden jump to, 10, 12 win season next year. I mean, who knows? The sky's the limit with this ball club. You can't get much worse than 4-8. But the way he's talking, and I mean, it could be just coach speak, but the way he's also hitting the recruiting trail is really exciting to me. Is Oregon has never been a school to be aggressive in recruiting. I've never understood why a team with such branding and such, let's just face it, advantages when it comes to having Nike in their back pocket, like most schools don't, has never been one to hit the trail as hard as they have, or should have, in my opinion. And going after players that every other big name school in the country is going after, but we don't even offer. I've never ever understood it. But now you get Taggart, and he might not be going after every big name player out there, but he's offering committed players scholarships. It's giving them something to think about. Now, that's not to say it's going to turn into results. Who knows? I mean, we got already one flip. Guy flipped from Arizona to Oregon just last week. And apparently USF's highest committed recruit is going to flip here. That's the rumor. But just his aggressiveness is almost contagious in the way he just comes in and makes us all laugh and kills the press conference. I finally got a chance to watch it and absolutely nails it. And then he comes out and he starts recruiting and he starts getting commits and starts kind of really focusing on who we have committed. And there's a few guys that are wavering when Helfrich got fired, and he's trying to wrangle them back in, and so far it sounds all good. And then there's this guy that flipped, and there's the guys that he has at USF that are talking about coming up here. And you hear a kid from Florida say, you guys don't understand how if guys had the opportunity, they would come to Oregon in a heartbeat. That's a Florida kid. So I am really excited about the program's future in recruiting. And that's where it all starts, is recruiting. If you can recruit the best, you're going to be one of the best. And another big thing that's going to help him is his defensive coordinator hire. Still haven't gotten that done, but the dead period starts soon, and that's when I have a feeling we'll really focus on our coordinator and assistant coaches and all those finishing up the staff, because a lot of all the staff got fired when Helfrich left. One guy I would really like to see come back is David Yost. Dave Yost. I thought he was really key in Herbert's development, but it's up to Taggart, and you got to trust Taggart. The rumor is the new quarterbacks coach will be Sean King, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback, I think, from way back in the day. But defensive coordinator, I would not be mad at Todd Orlando. That's a guy that I wanted when we hired Pelham. And there's a new guy on the block, Scott Schaefer. I think he's head coach at Syracuse right now, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I'm really excited. I can't wait till spring practice. I can't wait to see this guy's coaching style, because I think Oregon is really great about the multimedia aspect of college football, and will really, really try and show what Coach Taggart's all about. And that I just can't wait. I think the players are going to love him. I think this program is definitely headed in the right direction. I think they made a great hire so far. You know, obviously, hold judgment till you can see what he does on the field. I mean, but judging from what he's done at Western Kentucky and USF, like I said in the previous video, if you take out the first 2 years of those rebuilding processes, which are usually always the hardest, he has a winning record overall. And that was a lot of fans' gripes, was overall he has a losing record. And if you just take away his 2 first stints at his rebuilds, and we're a rebuild, let's just all be honest, we are a rebuild, then he's got a winning record. And I feel like he could put together a 7-8 win year next year, easily. I mean, that's just going off talent based alone, in my opinion. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens and go from there. I'm just really, really excited for what we have to come. I think this hire so far is very, very solid, and I'm very, very excited about getting a fresh, complete new era. That's what this is a new era. You know, when Bellotti was here, it was more the old style, and just, you know, the offense was a little quick, but then Chip got here and it completely changed, and with the Chip era, it completely took off into what we were when we were title contenders. And Mark was here for 2 years of that, you know, with Marcus and Mark, they combined to keep that era going. And then the last 2 years, the bottom fell out a little bit, and now it's time to start a completely brand new, fresh. This is going to be a line in the sand for Oregon fans. We're going to be able to look back as Duck fans, us that are here right now, and be able to say that we saw, you know, the full transition from Bellotti to Chip to Mark to Taggart. And, you know, a lot of fans aren't going to be able to say that are born from here on up. They're not going to be able to say that they saw the whole transition and the complete build, and then you could say a collapse, and then hopefully, really hopefully, the build up again. That's going to be a really great thing. I think we're going to be able to see as young Duck fans grow up. They're going to be able to see. They saw the rise of the program, the end of the rise. Now, in '95 was the beginning when we had the pick and then the Rose Bowl, and that was the beginning of the rise. And then in the early 2000s, the rise got a little bit steeper. We started climbing the ladder a little bit more. And then after Chip got here, it just shot up into the stratosphere of how good we could be. And then it fell back down a little bit, or a lot, when Mark left last year at 4-8. So now it's Taggart's job to start a new era, and I'm really excited about it. I really am. A lot of people in the media have been critical of the hire, not his personality, the hire, and I really hope he proves everybody wrong. Colin Cowherd said that it's a good hire, not a great hire. It's not a game-changing hire. He said Tom Herman would have been a game-changing hire. I tend to agree with that. We don't know how good Taggart is or isn't right now. We don't. He's never had these type of resources, and that's what really excites me, is he's rebuilt 2 programs historically that are not very good, and they don't have the resources that we do. And that's what excites me. Granted, we're not in a hotbed like Florida, but we are a national brand. The O still means something, everybody. The O still means something. And kids are going to know that the last 2 years were flukes. That if we get the right kids in there with the right coaches, great things can and will happen. You just have to be patient. But that's it for me. This video has already gone on long enough. Again, thank you to everybody out there, all the new subscribers, all the subscribers that have been here from the beginning, everybody out there supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are the best. As always, go Ducks.